There is this new feature on TikTok that I'm super excited to share with you guys today. It is, and the analytics feature is actually about YouTube search. So I'm super excited if you've been wanting to actually treat TikTok like YouTube. This is hopefully going to be the video for you. Now, granted, I just learned about this feature recently, and we're going to be implementing a lot of different things. I'm going to make follow-up videos about implementing these new search features and how to get videos to rank in the TikTok algorithm, but I wanted to go over this with you guys because this is just one of the coolest features that TikTok has rolled out. For a long time, I was skeptical of TikTok transforming into YouTube, but this makes me re-question things. Just because this actually allows you to look at where you're getting your views from, and they're actually like things are being promoted in search. You have those analytics now, and things are just going to become a lot more competitive from that standpoint than they ever have been before with actually being able to search. People have been talking about search on TikTok for probably about a year and a half. It's the number one search engine among Gen Z users, but as far as creators go, it's really hit or miss with being able to identify how to actually make searchable videos in the algorithm. But this video is going to help change that for you. Now, this is on my wife's account, the Laney Media account that we have. She posts, you can see she posts most of the content on here, and like some of her content gets a lot of views, like 1.4 million. She has other videos down here. We've been trying a lot of new content too, but like she'll post content that gets a significant amount of views. We're gonna go into TikTok Studio. Not everyone has this. This is a super annoying thing about TikTok. Not everyone has access to the same feature. But if you go into TikTok Studio and you go into View Analytics, View All, where we're going to look at here. So over the past 7 days, we've got 140,000 views. Now, what's really interesting is if we scroll down here and we look at traffic sources, it actually tells you what percentage of your traffic is coming from search now. And we can see that 41.9% of traffic was coming from search. The annoying thing here is we don't have enough data for search queries. Again, hence why I'm making up follow-up videos on this. But what we can do here is I was looking into this and I was like, I wonder what videos were being watched. If we come over here to content, we can't see directly what videos we're getting what views from search. But if we click on this first video here, we can scroll down. This video was about Pinterest marketing. We can see that 97% came from search. Okay, or from not for you, not from search.
which comes out
Sorry.
to 15
That came from the
It
free
only takes
page,
me
not
1
search. Only
hour
0.9%
to
came from search. If we go to the Haley Bailey one, this video got roughly 52.8% of views from search, which is absolutely huge. I would have never guessed this from an actual trending video. And we can scroll down and actually see it has enough data to show us what search queries were the top performing ones. Now, although interesting, Haley Bailey is a trending topic, this isn't probably going to rank there forever. But this is where things get really interesting, at least in my opinion. Is if we go down to how to get over 200 views on your videos. Now, this was posted on November 2nd, 2023. And this is just shocking me because it's now ranking high enough in the algorithm that we got 14,058 views in the last 7 days. Again, we've been posting on TikTok since 2020. Okay, short form content isn't that much older if you're not including Vine. This was posted November 2nd, 2023. We've been posting on TikTok for over 4 years. The fact that this got 14,000 views in the last 7 days from search is absolute insanity. Sometimes we get content that'll trend a little bit more, or it continues to slowly get views, or, if we click on this, it actually gives you a really important statistic now. It gives you traffic sources. It has personal profile listed. We'll have people go binge content or binge series on our personal profile page. But never have I ever, and let's see, this is at 195,000 views now. 195,000 views, okay? And the vast majority of it, 97.1% has been from search. This is a game changer. And the vast majority of these, how to go viral on TikTok, best time to post on TikTok, best times to post on TikTok, best times to post TikTok, when to post on TikTok. The odd thing here is the percentage of search terms of these, the highest is 2.2%. So I'm not quite certain, and this is where questions arise in these analytics. TikTok isn't always perfect. Data tracking is insanely complex. But again, we only get what? 2 plus 2 plus 4, 3, 7, 8% of total search came from these search terms. Now, it could be that there's just 100 different ways that people are typing this in, which seems to be probable. But again, 195,000 views, 865 hours of watch time on this. The crazy thing is that if this was like a YouTube channel, now granted they don't count shorts for monetization, but you need 4,000 watch hours on YouTube, and we got 865 hours on this one video. Complete insanity. if we were looking at this video, if I was my client, I would look at the watch time, average watch time 16 seconds on a 57-second long video. I would want to see that number be closer to 30 seconds. I would want at least a 50-60% watch time on this video. But all that aside, the fact that this thing is continually getting views from search, and honestly, I watched this video prior. It's not the best video that I would want ranking in the algorithm, just because there could have been more value provided. It's mainly just saying that your content isn't good because it's too boring. It needs to be more entertaining, provide more value, etc., etc., etc. But again, when we posted this, we had no idea that this video would get 195,000 views from search. And if we just go down the list here, that was like the biggest. We have a little bit of a drop off. This one is continually getting views from search. This one has an interesting mix, though, 3.1%
Yeah, that's
search. And again, this is a trending topic. So this isn't something that I necessarily. And what's interesting here is Laney Media is actually coming up, because if you type in, it's one of the more recent videos, and it's been a more recent video long enough that when people type in Laney Media, it's obviously coming up on the account. The interesting thing here, and this is a newer video, this was posted May 9th, not majority from search, but still 1,200 views. Imagine if you had 100 videos that were all getting 1,200 views a week from search. That adds up significantly. And whatever change happened in this algorithm to cause this, complete game changer. And if you look at some of these were posted more recently. But again, the fact that some of this was posted a long time ago, and I'm going to switch to 28 days here. I've not looked at this, but this will be interesting. I want to see if there's other videos that pop up here that were posted April 28th, 2023. This was even older. So this has got 5,000 views in the last 28 days. This was another Pinterest video. The watch time on this is a little bit, but honestly, it's not lower watch time, shorter video, so higher watch percentage overall, but not something that, like, if I was looking at this, and again, this has 639,000 plays. I would love to view views over time, viewers. This is just going to give me, and again, these analytics are just going to get better with time. But I would love to see a graph of views over time with this, because I guarantee you there was a massive spike that led to more views on this. And here's the other thing, just a little tidbit. Most of the time when you run ads, you pay US, UK, Canada, Australia, and then all the other English speaking countries. My one question here is other. What does that entail? Mostly likely all the other countries, right? But the fact that US, Canada, Australia, for English speaking countries, like, the algorithm does pretty well aligning English speaking content with English speakers. And then new viewers versus retaining viewers, like from search, like, this is just phenomenal. I did not want to click out of that just yet. If we go back here, overview, percent of view from search, 25%. So if 25% is from search and we have 83% new viewers, roughly 20% of those total views, or 25% of total views, but 20%, so like 80% of, let's just say 600. What is 10%? 6,000 or 60,000. So roughly 20%, 120,000 of those new viewers came from search. That's pretty cool. Again, this was only possible on YouTube prior. Instagram is a flash in the pan. X, Twitter, even quicker. Same with Threads. The fact that this content, and especially that 25% of 150,000 views of this video came from search, is complete insanity to me. It's really cool. And what I want to go over lastly is, if you are trying to search for content, what I highly recommend, and like search for content that ranks in the algorithm, is simply using the search bar the same way you would on YouTube or Google. If you're trying to create other SEO content, I would type in related subjects for us, like, how to get your first sale on TikTok. And I would search this. Now you have the ability to get consistent views over the long run by theoretically producing videos that will rank in the algorithm. My last tip and trick, and I have no evidence of this, but having played around with models, I studied data science in school, and data science, uh, you take a lot of machine learning classes, and machine learning is just code for AI. It's the nerd speak. So in a lot of these videos, or in a lot of these algorithms, you take all of the data that you can, And for TikTok, the data that they have is they have the actual video, they have the audio of the video, they have the title. If it's like YouTube Shorts, they have the title. If it's TikTok, they have the description. They have the trending sound, and they theoretically they can parse out all of that so they can have the hashtags separate of the description. They can have all the individual letters. They can have the transcript from the video, and theoretically, and this is me spitballing here, theoretically they have any of the titles that you put on screen as well, and or including captions. Some of that data kind of repeats or is going to be the same. Some of it's going to be different or slightly different. And what the algorithm can do is actually digest all of that information to determine what that video is about and who they want to show that video to. And the reason why I say this is a search engine, we call it a search engine because that's just the terminology we know, but it's also just another algorithm that consumes lots of information. And then based off of what you type into, it guesses at what it thinks you want to find. It used to be, and this is why hashtags existed, that hashtags, they could easily parse those out of the descriptions on Instagram and Facebook and say, hey, you can search for this hashtag, and this hashtag will come up. And this hashtag will be trending uh, on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, or Vine, when Vine was a thing. But now you don't need that. You just, if you take the time to write detailed, intricate descriptions that have a chance to rank. Again, if you're doing that research on videos that can rank in the TikTok algorithm, you are going to have a chance to beat the socks off every single one of your potential competitors and build a business that has a solid foundation on short form content, which has never before been possible. Because short form content, you're just on the hamster wheel trying to get another video to go viral to generate clicks and leads to your website. All right. This is as close to having a YouTube channel without having a YouTube channel or website that ranks with Google SEO that you can get. And the only thing that's better than this is having people's emails and phone numbers, because then you can just market to them whenever you want. But this is like how you can build that list. If you have a good opt-in with like a webinar, VSL, whatever you're doing with your link in bio, you're just going to knock it out of the ballpark. So if this video was at all helpful, if you learned anything from this video, please hit the subscribe button. It makes a huge difference to me reaching more people and building this channel.